Partei gerade 7 Mann hoch war, sprach sie schon 2 Grundsätze aus. Erstens, sie wollte eine wahrhaftige Weltanschauungspartei sein. Und zweitens, sie wollte daher kompromisslos die einzige Macht und alleinige Macht in Deutschland. Wir mussten als Partei in der Minorität bleiben, weil wir die wertvollsten Elemente des Kampfes und des Opfersinns in der Nation mobilisierten, die zu allen Zeiten nicht die Mehrheit, sondern die Minderheit ausgemacht haben.
Il tribuno trascinante ed irresistibile dell'intervento popolare è l'eroe purissimo della trincea delle frappe. Anzi, è solo con l'anno 1915, col maggio rabbioso del 1915, che il popolo italiano irrompe sulla scena politica, caccia i trafficanti del Tempio e diventa finalmente l'artefice del suo destino.
Celle carrière Jauquois moelle, non ton duc, Alessandre Hébrère, Novaki Palaise, Dvoriadiana, Controuel, Tétrapaïte, Joncel, Nilakawa, al rivage, Akdok, cousine germaine, des Plates, Circuits, Mons, Dobo, les villes claires, Palos pensé, Moulmalos, Adjuat, Knoas, Sali Bleuier, Aclistantan, Chnouem, Jaconitz, Ulbeca, Croen, La Toilia, Desjoitons, Douanécoin, Lite Gazer, Guatena, Chapelle automatique.
Ballone was ein Stritz mit seinen Eltern, sagt doch Jüden. Ein der Straff mit seiner Klatsch. Hey, der Stratz mit sich Gedenken da. In seiner Tratsch mit Sketten. Meine Täter wieder straffen. Die straffen, sie straffen. Der Wiener Schnitzel mit der Lagerwerden und der Saukraut. Hey, der Fluten sagt der Fleppen. Ein Rumänier wie sein Straff. Und der Blitzen sagt der Knütz. Hey, ich bleib noch straff mit der Ach.
En moins de 24 heures, il a mis le Québec sur la carte du monde. Il était le seul à avoir la stature pour le faire. Il était le seul à oser briser les règles pour le faire. Et il l'a fait. C'est extraordinaire.
Comment voulez-vous qu'on ait des aspirations? Comment voulez-vous qu'on ait envie de se battre quand on sait, depuis 200 ans, qu'on perd et qu'on perd? C'est ça, être profondément colonisé. Et c'est ça qui nous a fait crier vive le général de Gaulle. Parce que lui, pour la première fois en 200 ans, il est venu là, sur notre terre, nous dire en français ce qu'il pensait. C'est le premier homme qui a gagné, qui est venu nous dire « Lâchez pas !»
Comment René Lévesque a réagi à ça? Il dit, c'est un vieux fou. Il n'a pas d'affaire à nous dire ça, incapable de le faire tout seul. Maudit épais. J'étais tellement maudit contre Lévesque à ce moment-là, qu'il n'y a aucun sens historique, incapable d'analyser quoi que ce soit. Comme si le général de Gaulle venait nous dire quoi faire. C'était un discours extraordinaire. C'était pas impérialiste du tout. Il a simplement dit, si vous y allez, nous vous y accompagnerons.
Si on laisse aller ça comme ça, si ça continue comme ça, non seulement on va venir au monde si elle finance, à l'école si elle finance, se faire instruire si elle finance, se marier si elle finance, s'acheter une maison si elle finance, mais vous rencontrerez des entrepreneurs de pompes funèbres qui vous verront à l'heure où vous serez prêt de mourir et qui diront, mon vieux, meurs tout de suite puis paye plus tard. Eh bien, mesdames, messieurs, même si on a enduré depuis longtemps, même si on est patient, nous n'avons pas le droit de laisser à nos enfants un héritage de la sorte, mes chers amis. Nous n'avons pas le droit de laisser à nos jeunes qui sortiront des écoles, des cégeps, ou des universités, un héritage de taxes et d'endettement tel que nous le connaissons actuellement. C'est notre responsabilité de voir à ce que ça finisse une fois pour toutes et que nous donnions à nos jeunes un héritage qui leur permettra de mieux vivre que nous autres et de mieux vivre que nos ancêtres dans notre province de Québec.
La cochonnerie de Radio-Canada, savez-vous qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est qu'on permet un débat entre le chef du Parti libéral et le chef du Parti québécois, puis on met les trois autres partis de côté pour les obliger à se battre entre eux autres. C'est ça la cochonnerie de Radio-Canada.
Shall rise and deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. Every Bible expositor and every commentary that I've ever read in expounding this passage said that Jesus taught, that Jesus believed, and he led the disciples to believe that someday, at a point in history, there would be an end of an age, an end of an era in which he would return to earth again. And this has been the hope of the church down through the centuries.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creeds. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I should get a pretty frosty reception from you. But I'd be loath to ask him anyway. But you see, governments have to make these difficult choices. Because as you know, whether in your own households or your own businesses, there is a certain amount of income and you're soon in trouble if you don't live within it.
Когда-то теперь принадлежало к кулакам, к эксплуататорам, к богатым крестьянам. Средних крестьян становится больше после того, как отменена частная собственность на землю. И вот.
Los que creyeron que después de nuestras victorias militares nos iban a aplastar en el campo de la información, nos iban a aplastar en el campo de la opinión pública, se han encontrado con que la revolución cubana sabe también pelear y ganar batallas en ese campo.
Son vuestras gloriosas vanguardias descansas de la patria las que están presentes hoy porque han tomado el porvenir en sus manos y saben que la justicia y la libertad la impondrán únicamente teniendo al general Perón dirigiendo a la nación.
Eh oui, monsieur Emmanuel, vous pouvez hocher la tête. Vous pouvez hocher la tête. J'ai passé la journée depuis hier. J'ai passé la journée depuis hier avec des représentants d'associations. Et ils nous ont dit que pour la première fois, il y avait un programme d'ensemble. Mais qu'est-ce que vous avez fait? Franchement, rien. Rien. Rien du tout.
My father preferred to stay in Rawalpindi district jail and face the gallows and give his life. I prefer to stay in Sakhar jail without visitors, without lawyers, when the PCO was passed, because I wanted to fight for democracy against the military dictatorship.
All free men wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
I pledge you that we shall neither commit nor provoke aggression, that we shall neither flee nor invoke the threat of force, that we shall never negotiate out of fear, and we shall never fear to negotiate.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
So what can we learn from the speaking style of Bill Clinton? For starters, he's always conversational. You don't hear Bill Clinton yelling and screaming like this unless it's for 10 seconds. If he does raise his voice, he turns it into a whisper seconds later. It's always conversational. And he's great at using specific examples and specifically the story to illustrate points. His eye contact is superb. When you're in the room and Bill Clinton is speaking, you feel those eyes penetrate you. And he gives equal attention to people throughout the room.
Appropriately enough, in a class on political and civil rights. She had thick blonde hair, big glasses, wore no makeup. And she exuded this sense of strength and self-possession that I found magnetic.
He also just exudes a comfort. Many times he'll walk around the room. Many people's first exposure to him was in 1992 during televised debates, where he seemed so much looser, more comfortable than George Herbert Walker Bush, because he was walking around and seemed so comfortable and relaxed. These are some of the tools that Bill Clinton uses every time he speaks.
Ever since October, with people like you all over America, people that have lost their jobs, lost their livelihood, lost their health insurance. What I want you to understand is the national debt is not the only cause of that. It is because America has not invested in its people. It is because we have not grown. It is because we've had 12 years of trickle-down economics. We've gone from 1st to 12th in the world in wages. We've had 4 years where we produced no private sector jobs. Most people are working harder for less money than they were making 10 years ago. It is because we are in the grip of a failed economic theory. And this decision you're about to make better be about what kind of economic theory you want. Not just people saying, I'm going to go fix it, but what are we going to do? What I think we have to do is invest in American jobs, American education, control American health care costs, and bring the American people together again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please be seated. Now, I have to go back to work on my State of the Union speech. And I worked on it till pretty late last night. But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!